everyone, this is Princess Maribel Chita and this is Gen Ethics. From history to theories, let's stream and learn. And today, together with my group mates, we were assigned to discuss a set of general education questions. Hindi lang natin sila babasahin. We will also explain the answers in a simple but meaningful way. These questions may look straightforward, pero marami sa kanila may historical background at deeper meaning. So let's go through them one by one. Number 1. Which best describes excommunicado? Letter A. It is a means of communication. B. An official statement or announcement. C. Expelled from communication with the church. Or letter D. It allows to communicate to someone. Answer is letter C. Expelled from communication with the church. To be excommunicated means to be officially cut out from the Catholic Church. During Spanish times, this was a powerful punishment because society was heavily religious. Being excommunicated meant being denied access to sacraments, religious services, and social respect, often ruining a person's reputation and influence. Number 2. The poem used against Rizal during his trial. Letter A. Amor Patrio. B. Mi Ultimo Adios. C. Hymn to Talisay. Or letter D. They asked me for verses. Answer is letter C. Hymn to Talisay. Rizal's Hymn to Talisay was written for his students in Dapitan to inspire discipline and love for learning. However, Spanish prosecutors misinterpreted it as a revolutionary song and used it as evidence to accuse Rizal of sedition and rebellion, which he firmly denied. Number 3. Mi Ultimo Adios is a 14 valedictory composed just before Jose Rizal was executed. What is it? Letter A, epic. Letter B, a novel. Letter C, epistolary. Or letter D, sonnet. The answer is letter D, sonnet. Mi Ultimo Adios, or My Last Farewell, was written by Rizal on the night before his execution in 1896. It is a 14-stanza poem resembling a sonnet. It expressed his love for Philippines, his willingness to die for it, and his hope for future freedom. Number 4. The pace Morir estes cansar in the last line of Mi Ultimo Adios means letter A. In battle there is freedom. Letter B. In death there is rest. Or letter C. In knowledge there is power. The answer is letter B. In death there is rest. Rizal used this phrase to express peace and acceptance of death. For him, dying for the Philippines was not defeat but rest, a noble act that would inspire others to continue the fight for freedom. Number 5. The first election in the Philippines was on blank. Letter A, June 12, 1892. Letter B, July 3, 1892. Letter C, August 23, 1896. Or letter D, March 22, 1897. The answer is letter D, March 22, 1897. The first recorded election took place during the Tejeros Convention in Cavite. It was a revolutionary assembly organized by the Katipunan to resolve leadership disputes and form a united government against Spanish colonial rule. Number 6. Where was the first Filipino Republic inaugurated? Letter A, Kawit. Letter B, Biak na Bato. Letter C, Malolos. Letter D, Tejeros. Answer is C, Malolos. The first Philippine Republic, known as the Malolos Republic, was inaugurated in Malolos, Bulacan on January 23, 1899. It was Asia's first democratic republic with Emilio Aguinaldo as president. Number 7. Aguinaldo and other revolutionary leaders went into exile in blank. Letter A, Bangladesh. B, China. C, Hong Kong. Or letter D, India. Answer is C, Hong Kong. After signing the Pact of Biak na Bato in 1897, Aguinaldo and other leaders went into voluntary exile in Hong Kong. They used the funds from Spain to buy weapons and planned the continuation of the revolution. Number 8. He was the leader of valiant attacks in Albay and the last general to surrender to the Americans. Letter A. Macario Sakay. B. Simeon Ola. C. Gregorio Aglipay. Or letter D. Baldomero Aguinaldo. The answer is letter B. Simeon Ola. General Simeon Ola of Albay continued guerrilla warfare even after many generals had surrendered. He was the last Filipino general to surrender to the Americans in 1903. Number 9. Emperor of the Spanish regime in the Philippines. Letter A. Spanish-American War. B. Arrival of Chinese traders. C. Magellan's death. Or letter D. Declaration of Independence in 1898. Answer is letter A. Spanish-American War. Spanish rule ended after Spain lost the Spanish-American War in 1898. The Treaty of Paris transferred the Philippines to the United States, ending over 333 years of Spanish colonization. Number 10. First and only Field Marshal of the Philippine Army. Letter A. Douglas MacArthur. B. Mary. C. Otis. Or letter D. Arthur MacArthur. The answer is Douglas MacArthur. In 1936, President Manuel L. Quezon confirmed the title of Field Marshal of the Philippine Army to General Douglas MacArthur, the first and only person to hold this rank. And that's it. We will now proceed to the next discussant to discuss the other set of questions in the general education.
Okay, number 11. Who wrote the novel No Limitang Hiring? Okay, no? Ang sagot ay letter C, Jose Rizal. Obvious naman na si Jose Rizal ang nagsulat ng No Limitang Hiring. Isa itong nobela na nagpupunyag ng mga katiwalian or pang-aabuso ng mga Kastila sa Pilipino noong panahon ng Kastila. So, itong No Limitang Hiring ay isa sa mga pinaka-iconic na libro or nobela ni Jose Rizal na ginawa. Okay, number 12. Which branch of government is responsible for making laws? Tama. Letter B, the legislative or legislative branch. Ito ay pinagsamang Senate and House of Representative branch. So, dito sa branch na ito ay gumagawa sila ng batas. So, pag sinabi naman natin executive, ito yung mga nagpapatupad ng batas. Pag sinabi natin judicial, ito yung nag-i-interpret ng batas. So, these are the law-making body ng ating Pilipinas. So, number 13, the Philippine Constitution was ratified in what year? Tama, letter B, the 1987. So, ang kasalukuyan na sa Ligang Batas ng Pilipinas ay naaprubahan noong 1987 matapos ang EDSA People Power Revolution. Okay, next naman natin. The main purpose of K-12 or K-12 noong 2012. So, ang tamang sagot dito ay letter B, align the Philippine education with the global standard. So, makikita natin na nililevel up ng Pilipinas ang edukasyon. Kumbaga, gusto natin na maging pantay tayo ng international education or the standard of international education. Kaya dagdag tayo ng senior high na mas maayos na ikakaayos ng competency ng bawat bata. So, yun. Hindi rin dito matatanggal yung mother tongue. Mas naging malakas yung mother tongue sa ating K-12. Hindi siya natatanggal. Patuloy pa rin ang paggamit ng mother tongue. Okay. Number 15. What major period of Philippine history ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1898? So, the answer is Spanish colonization. So, nung Treaty of Paris, which is 1988, 1898 ay ibinenta ng Spain ang Pilipinas sa United States. Kaya dito formal na natapos ang Spanish rule. So dito makikita na nagsimula yung American colonization sa bansa natin. So yun, doon nag-start, which is the Treaty of Paris. Next naman natin ang number 16. Which of the following is the primary source? So, pag sinabi natin primary source, ito yung nahahawakan natin, nakikita natin, at mismong pinanggalingan ng source, which is mga artifacts. 'Di ba? So, pag sinabi natin primary source, yung pinanggalingan talaga. So, ang sagot dito ay letter B. The newspaper published during the revolution. So, makikita talaga natin doon mismo sa pinablish na papel. Kasi pag sinabi natin primary source, nahahawakan, nakikita, may mismong pinagmulan. So, yun. Makikita mo dun sa mismong pangyayari. The first hand. Yan. Next naman natin, 17. Example of interpersonal communication. Okay. Letter C. A person reflecting quietly on decision. So, nagkakaroon ng self-talk or nakikipag-usap siya sa sarili niya. Okay, 18. Which of the following is a renewable resources? Okay, letter D, the solar energy. So, ang renewable resources natin ay hindi na uubos, which is ang ating natural resources, which is ang solar energy. Next na natin, barangay system aim to letter B, resolve the community's dispute at the local level. So, ginagawa tong katarungang pambarangay para hindi na tayo umaabot or kung pwedeng i-resolve ba dito pa lang sa barangay is nare-resolve na ng maaga ang problema. Lalo na kung ang case ay hindi tataas sa 20K na daños perwisyo kung tinatawag or yung mga kaso na pwede pang mapaayos or maayos or kasong mag-asawa, yung mga gano'n or maaaring maliit na bagay gano'n. Okay, number 20, which is a push factor of migration. Okay, letter C, national disaster in our home country or in the home country. Dahil once na mayroon tayong nararanasan na negative or nararanasan na baha, lindol, at iba't ibang kalamidad, yun yung nagiging way para mapush tayo, mapalipat tayo ng ibang lugar. So, pag sinabi kasi natin migration, ito yung pagpunta natin mula sa isang lugar patungo sa isang lugar. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng dahilan para magkaroon ng palipat-lipat na lokasyon. Depende sa pangangailangan ng tao. Yun lang po. Okay, thank you.
For the question number 21, no, here's the question. No? Ano ang kabisera ng Pilipinas? Letter A, Maynila. Letter B, Cebu. And letter C, Davao. And letter D, Quezon City. Okay, the answer is letter A, Maynila. Bakit po? Ang Maynila ay ang kabisera ng Pilipinas, no? Ito po ay ang sentro ng pamahalaan, ekonomiya at kultura ng ating bansa. Okay, question number 22. Sino ang pambansang bayani ng Pilipinas? Na napakadaling tanong. Letter A, Jose Rizal. Letter B, Andres Bonifacio. Letter C, Emilio Aguinaldo. And letter D, Manuel Quezon. Okay, the answer is letter A, Jose Rizal. Bakit po? Si Jose Rizal ay itinuturing na pambansang bayani ng Pilipinas, no? Siya po ay isang doktor, manunulat at makata, no, na nagtataguy ng kalibangan at kalayaan ng Pilipinas mula sa mga Espanyol? 23. Ano ang pinakamalaking isla sa Pilipinas? Letter A, Luzon. Letter B, Visayas. Letter C, Mindanao. And letter D, Palawan. Okay, the answer is letter A. No? Dahil ang Luzon ay ang pinakamalaking isla sa Pilipinas. No, ito ay matatagpuan sa hilagang kanluran ng bansa at tahanan ng kabisera, Maynila. 24. Ano ang tawag sa wikang pabansa ng Pilipinas? Letter A, Filipino. Letter B, Ingles. Letter C, Espanyol. And letter D, Bisaya. Okay. The answer is letter A, Filipino. Bakit? No? Ang Pilipino ay ang wikang pabansa ng Pilipinas, no, sapagkat ito ay batay sa Tagalog at ginagamit bilang opisyal na wika ng bansa. Okay, for the question number 25. Now, here is the question. Sino ang unang pangulo ng Pilipinas? Letter A, Emilio Aguinaldo. Letter B, Manuel Quezon. Letter C, Jose P. Laurel. And letter D, Sergio Osmeña. Okay, the answer is letter A, Emilio Aguinaldo. Bakit? Siya ay nagdeklara ng kalibangan ng Pilipinas mula sa mga Espanyol noong 1898. Question number 26. Ano ang tawag sa pinakamalaking lungsod sa Pilipinas? A, Maynila. B, Cebu. Letter C, Davao. And letter D, Quezon City. The answer is Maynila. No, sapagkat ito ay ang sentro ng pamahalaan, ekonomiya at kultura ng ating bansa. Number 27. Ano ang tawag sa pangunahing relihiyon sa Pilipinas? Letter A, Katolismo. Letter B, Islam. Letter C, Protestantismo. Letter D, Budismo. Okay, the answer is letter A, Katolismo. No, ito ay dinala ng mga Espanyol noong 16 siglo, no? At naging isang mahalagang bahagi ng kultura ng ating bansa. Ano ang tawag sa proseso proseso kung saan nagiging gas ang tubig? Letter A, condensation. Letter B, pag-evaporate o pag-evaporate. Letter C, pag-iipon, no? Letter D, pagkulo. Okay, the answer is letter B, no? Pag-evaporate o pag-evaporate, no? Ang pag-evaporate po ay ang proseso kung saan ang tubig ay nagiging singaw o gas, no? Dahil sa pagtaas ng isang temperatura, no? Question number 29. Ano ang tawag sa pinakamalaking grupo ng etnisidad sa Pilipinas? Letter A, Tagalog. B, Bisaya. C, Ilocano. And letter D, Kapampangan. Okay, the answer is Tagalog. Bakit? No? Sila ay matatagpuan sa Luzon at nagtatagoy ng wikang Filipino. Okay, for the last number, number 30. Ang tanong dito is, sino ang sumulat ng dula na Romeo at Juliet? Letter A, Jose Rizal. Letter B, William Shakespeare. And letter C, Francisco Balagtas. And the last letter D, Luwalhati Bautista. Okay, the answer is letter B, Si William Shakespeare po ang sumulat ng Romeo and Juliet, no? Ang Romeo and Juliet po ay isang klasikong trahedya, no? Tungkol sa dalawang nagmamahalang nagmula sa mag-aaway na pamilya.
Ayan po, let's move on to the 31st question of this let review. Which of the following is not a primary source of information? A. Diary, B. Textbook, C. Interview, or D. Autobiography? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ayan po, ang answer ay B. Textbook because textbook only summarize or interpret data and are considered secondary sources. Ayan, so next question. The process by which plants make their food using sunlight is called A. Respiration, B. Photosynthesis, C. Transpiration, or D. Fermentation. Ayan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is B. Photosynthesis because guys, photosynthesis converts carbon dioxide and water into glucose using the sunlight. Ayan. So, 33. What is the capital city of the Philippines? A. Cebu, B. Davao, C. Manila, or D. Quezon City? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ang answer po natin dito ay C. Manila because Manila is the official capital and the center of government. Ayan. So, question number 34. The longest river in the world is A. Amazon, B. Nile, C. Yangtze, or D. Mississippi? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ayan, ang answer po natin ay Nile. Because the Nile River holds the traditional title of the longest river in the world. Ayan. So, number 35. What is the main function of the judiciary branch of the government? A. Implement laws. B. Interpret laws. C. Create laws. Or D. Enforce laws. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is B, interpret laws. So, the executive branch po, they implement laws. Yung legislative branch naman, they make the laws. And the judiciary branch is responsible for interpreting the laws. Ayan. Now, question 36. The study of ancient human history through artifacts is called A. Sociology, B. Anthropology, C. Archaeology, or D. Paleontology? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ang answer po dito ay letter C, archaeology. So, archaeology studies ancient cultures via material remains. So, they are called artifacts. Ayan. So, 37. What is the smallest unit of life? A. Atom, B. Molecule, C. Cell, or D. Organ? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The answer is letter C, cell. So, cell po are the basic structural and functional units of living organisms. Number 38 naman po. Which republic was the first to be established in Asia? A. Republic of the Philippines, B. Republic of Korea, C. Republic of China, or D. Republic of Indonesia? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The answer po is letter A, Republic of the Philippines. So, the Republic of Philippines, or the Philippine Republic, was declared in 1899 and was Asia's first republic. Ayan. So, 39. Gravity on Earth causes objects to what? A. Float upwards, B. Fall downwards, C. Move sideways, or D. Remain suspended? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The answer po is B, fall downward. So, the gravity pulls objects towards the Earth's center. Ayan po ang explanation natin dyan. So, yeah. The 40th question po is, which Filipino composer is known as the father of Philippine music? A. Antonio Molina, B. Lucio San Pedro, C. Francisco Santiago, or D. Nicanor Abelardo? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ang father of Philippine music po ay si Francisco Santiago. Letter C, Francisco Santiago. So, Santiago is celebrated for pioneering Filipino modern music. That's why siya po ang father of Philippine music.
For question number 41, among social trend which is easily passes, example, fashion. Letter A, Morse. B, fad. C, laws. Or D, norms. What is the answer? Letter B, fad. Why is this the answer? A fad is a short-lived social trend that gains rapid popularity but fades just as quickly. For the next number 42. Which country is not part of the Southeast Asia? Letter A, Indonesia. Letter B, Philippines. Letter C, Thailand. Or letter D, Japan. What is the answer? Letter D, Japan. Yan, dahil ang Southeast Asia ay may 11 countries lamang. Ito ay ang Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Timor-Leste, and Vietnam. So, hindi kasama ang Japan doon. Yan, for the next questions, number 43. Which is the primary resources found in Southwest Asia like Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Kuwait? Yan, ano-ano yung mga resources na nakukuha natin sa Southeast Asia? Letter A, olive oil and cement. Letter B, oil and gas. Letter C, barley. Or letter D, sheep and camel. What is the answer? Letter B, oil and gas. Bakit nga ba? Kasi nga, they are one of the biggest suppliers of oil and gas in the world. Yan, next number is 44. What is the economic factor where man must fit into cities, which is the center of communication, trade, and culture? Letter A, industrialization. Letter B, assimilation. Letter C, urbanization. Or letter D, modernization. What is the answer? Letter C, urbanization. Bakit nga ba urbanization? Kasi nga, it is the process by which people move from areas to cities, leading to the growth and expansion of urban centers. And it is driven by the need for better opportunities, services, and living conditions. Next number is 45. The questions is, the following are contributions of Sumerian civilizations to the world except letter A, cranial operation. Letter B, concept of alphabet. Letter C, wheel. Letter D, calendar. What is the answer? Alright, letter B, concept of alphabet. Bakit nga ba? The alphabet, as we know, it was developed later by the Phoenicians around 1050 BCE. Yan. For the next number is 46. The questions is, the Torah is an important foundation of the monotheistic belief of the Hebrew. What do you mean by the monotheistic? Letter A, belief in one God. Letter B, belief on the Holy Trinity. Letter C, belief on many gods. Or letter D, belief on monster God. What is the answer? Alright, letter A, belief on one God. Bakit nga ba belief on one God ng monotheism? Kasi nga sinasabi, monotheism is the belief in one single all-powerful deity. It stands in contrast to polytheism, which is involved in many or multiple gods. So kapag na monotheism, naniniwala ka lang sa iisang Diyos. At kabaligtaran naman nito ay ang tinatawag na polytheism, kung saan meron tayong paniniwala sa iba't iba at marami pang Diyos. Yan. So for the next number is 47. The questions is, a terrace of plants and flowers was built by Nebuchadnezzar of the Chaldean Empire. This is referred to letter A, Great Wall. Letter B, Leaning Tower. Letter C, Rice Terraces. Or letter D, Hanging Gardens. What is the answer? Alright, letter D, Hanging Gardens. Why? The Hanging Gardens of Babylon are one of the 7 world wonders of the ancient Yan. Traditionally, it is attributed to King Nebuchadnezzar II of the Chaldean Empire around 600 BCE. Yan. For questions number 48. The aim of Taoism is to have the world balance. This is composed of yin and yang. So, yang symbolizes letter A, woman, letter B, men, letter C, youth, or letter D, aged. What is the answer? Yes, letter B, men. Bakit nga ba men? Kasi nga, it is associated with men, youth and dynamic energy, the outward and assertive force in nature. Yan, for the questions number 49. What major changes create a trend? Letter A, innovation. Letter B, stagnation. Letter C, revolution. Or letter D, involution. What is the answer? Alright, letter A. It is innovation. Bakit nga ba innovation? Kasi innovation refers to the introduction of new ideas, methods, products, or technologies that significantly alter how things are done. Yan. For questions number 50, which is example of an alienable right? Letter A, right to marry. Letter B, right to life. Letter C, right to aims. Or letter D, right to possess a house required through inheritance. What is the answer? Alright, letter A, it is right to marry. Yan. Right to marry is considered alienable because meron tayong mga considerations dito sa kung bakit nga ba alienable ang right to marry. Yan. Unang-una is it can be restricted by age, consent, legal status, or other conditions. Pangalawa naman is individuals may choose not to marry or may be legally prohibited from marrying under circumstances like bigamy laws and close kinships. And pangatlo naman ay it can revoke or denied by the state in specific cases like for example imprisonment or mental incapacity.
51. Chimpanzee, orangutan, and gorilla have similar characteristics because they are classified as blank. A. Preys, B. Primates, C. Monkeys, D. Predators. The correct answer is letter B. Primates. So, because they are belong to the same group of animals that is called primates, so they share many similar traits. So, when we say primates, it is a member of the most developed and intelligent group of animals or mammals rather, including humans, monkeys, and apes. So, number 52. What are the small hair-like structures that serve as a sensory function in eukaryotic cells? A. Centromere, B. Cilia, C. Plasma membrane, D. Actin filaments. So the correct answer is letter B. Cilia. So cilia, it is a tiny hair-like structure that helps cells sense their surroundings or move small particles. Number 53. During the Spanish regime in the Philippines, there were Europe-educated Filipinos who belonged to affluent middle families and called blank. It is letter A. Obreros, B. Ilustrados, C. Propagandists, D. Mestizos. So the correct answer is letter B. Ilustrados. So Ilustrados, they are the rich and educated Filipinos during the Spanish time that studied in Europe and pushed for reforms. So number 54. As Marcelo H. del Pilar was to Plaridel, so was Jose Rizal too. A. Taga-Ilog, B. Pinkian, C. Dimasalang, D. May Pag-asa. The correct answer is letter C. Dimasalang. So Di Masalang was one of Jose Rizal's pen names, just like Plaridel that was used by Marcelo H. Del Pilar. Number 55. Modern taxonomy is to Carl Linnaeus as ancient taxonomy is to blank. A. Aristotle, B. Sophocles, C. Plato, and D. Socrates. So the correct answer is Aristotle, letter A. So Aristotle was the ancient thinker who first grouped living things that make him as the father of the early taxonomy. So number 56. So angiosperm are also known as blank. A. Seed bearing, B. Flower bearing, C. Cone bearing, and D. Spore bearing. So the correct answer is letter B. Flower bearing. So when we say angiosperm, these are plants that have flowers and produce fruits with seeds. So number 57. 57. Penicillin was discovered by blank. A. Alexander Fleming, B. Gregor Mendel, C. Charles Darwin, and D. Galileo Galilei. So the correct answer is yes, that's right. A. Alexander Fleming. So Alexander Fleming was the one who discovered the penicillin, and which is the first antibiotic after noticing mold that killing the bacteria. So number 58. The first Filipino president from the Ilocos region was blank. A. Manuel Rojas, B. Elpidio Quirino, C. Rodrigo Duterte, and D. Ferdinand Marcos. So who is it? The correct answer is letter yes, that's right, Elpidio Quirino. Letter B. So Elpidio Quirino was the first Philippine president who came from Ilocos region. Okay, number 59. 59, the novel written by Rizal, which was first published in 1891 in Ghent, Belgium, translated as The Reign of Greed, was blank. Letter A. Mi Ultimo Adios. Letter B. La Juventud Filipina. C. Al Filibusterismo, and D. Noli Me Tangere. So the correct answer is letter C. Al Filibusterismo. So it is the Rizal's second novel that was printed in Ghent, and its English title is The Reign of Greed. So number 60. Who was the Portuguese explorer who chanced upon the Philippines in 1521? A. Philip of England, B. Vasco da Gama, C. Magellan, D. Philip of Spain. So the correct answer is C. Ferdinand Magellan. So Ferdinand Magellan was the Portuguese explorer sailing for Spain that first reached the Philippines in 1521.
For item number 61, which of the following best defines the external criticism? Letter A. It is a criticism that deals with the analysis on the form of the documents. Letter B. It deals with the analysis on the content of the documents. Letter C. It emphasizes the importance of history. And letter D. It allows to evaluate the authenticity of the document. And the correct answer is letter D. Ayan, it allows to evaluate the authenticity of the document. Ayan, meron tayong tinatawag na EPIC or ating mnemonics na EPIC. Pag sinabi nating EPIC, ang E for external, F for forms, and I for internal, and letter C for content. Ayan ang ating mnemonics pag inyong nakakalimutan kung ano nga ba ang external criticism. For number 62, first period in the Philippine history. Letter A, Hispanic, B, American, C, pre-colonial, and D, Japanese, and letter E is contemporary. The correct answer is letter C. Kasi pag sinabi natin Hispanic, ito yung focus niya is the religious education. Kapag American is the public education. Kapag sinabi naman natin pre-colonial is survival. And pag Japanese, sila naman ay sikat sa pagdating sa mga vocational skills. At sa contemporary, it is yung present times. So, ang correct answer ay letter C, the pre-colonial Spanish, which is the survival skills. Next, for the number 63, which is the royal audiencia in our time? Letter A, Supreme Court. B, Sandigan Bayan. C, Court of Appeals. And letter D, Regional Trial Courts. Ito po yung sinasabi nating present times. And the correct answer is Supreme Court. For item number 64, they are considered as a tattooed people in Panay. The correct answer is pintados. Pero bago tayo magtungo doon, ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng Panay? Ito yung sa Visayas. Kaya at tawag sa mga pintados ay mga may tato na taga Visayas or tattooed people in Visayas. 65. Ano naman nangyari noong March 16, 1521? Tama, ang pagdating ni Magellan. Ngayon, bakit yan nagiging March 17? Dahil po, hindi na malayan na nag-cross na pala sila sa international dateline na ating tinatawag. At saan unang dumating si Magellan? Sa Humunhon, Samar. For item number 66, the president during the pre-Spanish period is the A. Gobernacillo, B. Alcalde, C. Datu, and letter D. Barangay Captain. The correct answer is letter C. Datu. Kasi noon pa man, dato na ang pinakamataas na pinuno ng isang barangay na kung saan sila yung nagdidesisyon tungkol sa mga usaping politikal at legal. 67. Who is popularly known as the town crier in the pre-colonial era? A. Cabeza de Barangay, B. Umalohokan, C. Babaylan, and letter D is Datu. The correct answer is letter B. Sila ang nagsisilbing town crier o ang taong umiikot sa komunidad upang ipahayag ang mga utos o anunsyo ng kanilang dato at siya rin ang nagpapakalat ng balita para sa buong barangay. 68. Who is the most loved Governor General? The correct answer is Carlos Maria de la Torre, na kung saan siya sa pinakamamahal na gobernador general dahil sa kanyang liberal at makataong pamumuno, gaya ng paglaya sa mga bilanggo at pagbibigay ng mga malayang pagpapahayag. Number 69, First Labor Union of the Philippines are Union Obrera Democratica, na kung saan ang Union Obrera Democratica ay itinatag ni Isabelo de los Reyes noong 1902 na unang organisadong labor union dito sa ating bansa. At layunin nito na ipaglaban ang karapatan ng ating mga manggagawa. For number 70, who is the first president of Royal Audiencia? Letter A, General de Vera, letter B, General Basco, and letter C, General Claveria. The correct answer is letter A, kung saan si General Gonzalo Ronquillo de Peñalosa ay nagtatag ng Royal Audiencia. Ngunit ang kauna-unahang presidente nito ay si General de Vera na nagsilbing pinuno ng kataas-taasang hukuman sa panahon ng mga Espanyol.
And for number 71, which ancient civilization is credited with the developing the concept of democracy, where citizens had a direct say in governance? So, is it A. Ancient Greece, B. Ancient Egypt, C. Roman Empire, or D. Mesopotamia? Okay, so the correct answer is Ancient Greece. So, bakit Ancient Greece, no? Kasi ancient at Athens is widely recognized as the birthplace of direct democracy. So, dito nagmumula yung eligible male citizens directly voted on legislation and executive bills. And for number 72, it is the economic system where the means of production are largely owned and controlled by the private individuals or corporations for profit is known as A. Capitalism, B. Communism, C. Socialism, or D. Mercantilism. Okay, so the correct answer is A. Capitalism. So, bakit capitalism na? So, capitalism is defined by private ownership of capital goods, reliance on supply and demand, and the pursuit of profit in the free market. Next number, 73. It is the primary purpose of United Nations, established after World War II, is what? A. To regulate global trade and set international tariffs. B. To establish a global military force for permanent security occupation. C. To maintain international peace and security and foster cooperation among nations. Or D. To govern all former colonies and administer their transition to independence. So the correct answer is C. To maintain international peace and security and foster cooperation among nations. So obviously, UN Charter prioritizes preventing future world wars by promoting diplomacy, human rights, of course, and collective security among its member states. So yung mga kabilang sa United Nations, specifically yung Pilipinas din, no? And for number 74, which of the following geographical concepts refers to the cultural, political, or economic ties that connect places to each other? Yan. So A. Absolute location, B. Site, C. Spatial interaction, or D. Place. So, the correct answer is C. Spatial interaction. So, bakit? Spatial interaction describes the flow or movement of goods, people, services, ideas, and information between locations. It emphasizes the links between different places. For number 75, it is the historical period in Europe, roughly from 14th to 16th century, characterized by a renewed interest in classical art, literature, and philosophy, is known as the A. The Renaissance, B. The Reformation, C. The Middle Ages, or D. The Enlightenment. Okay, so obviously, the correct answer is the Renaissance. Okay, so bakit Renaissance? So meaning, yung Renaissance is the birth, mark a revival of Greco-Roman culture and learning following the Middle Ages. For number 76, What is the term for a government where a single person holds all political power, often inherited or seized by force, and whose authority is generally not challenged? Is it A. Dictatorship, B. Monarchy, C. Oligarchy, or D. Theocracy? Okay, so the correct answer is A. Dictatorship or autocracy. So dictatorship or autocracy is a system where one leader or party has a complete unchecked power over the state. So kung maaalala nyo rin or kung ating babalikan kung paano diniktora ni dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Sr. yung Pilipinas, no? So it is a type of dictatorship government. For number 77, the law of supply and demand states that in a market economy, a shortage of a product will lead generally to A. A decrease in price and an increase in production, B. An increase in price and a decrease in production, C. An increase in price encouraging producers to increase supply, or D. A decrease in demand causing the market to remain stable. Okay, so the correct answer is C. An increase in price encouraging producers to increase supply. So bakit? So when demand exceeds supply or shortage, a competition among buyers drives the price up. So tataas yung bilihin. So the higher price then serve as a incentive for producers to make and sell more. Okay, so for number 78, the prime meridian is a significant line of longitude that serves as the reference point for all other meridians and is located at 0 degree longitude. So it passes through which city? So A. Cairo, Egypt, B. Greenwich, England, C. Paris, France, or D. Washington, D.C., USA. So the correct answer is B. Greenwich, England. So the internationally accepted prime meridian is known as the Greenwich Meridian because it passes through the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. Number 79. In the context of government and civics, checks and balances refers to a system designed to A. Streamline the policymaking process for rapid implementation. B. Protect the powers of the federal government from the states. C. Ensure that the legislative branch has supreme authority over the others. Or D. Allow each branch of government to limit the powers of the other branches. Okay, so the correct answer is letter D. Allow each branch of government to limit the power of the other branches. So bakit? So the system of check and balances prevents any branch of government, yun yung executive, legislative, or judicial, from becoming too powerful by giving the other two branches the ability to monitor and restrain its actions. Okay, so for the last number 80, the Industrial Revolution is primarily characterized by the shift from A. Feudal systems to democratic government, B. Religious authority to secular humanism and political thought, C. Trade-based economies to self-sufficient subsistence farming, or D. Agricultural manual labor and hand production to mechanized manufacturing. Okay, so the correct answer is letter D, agricultural, manual labor, and hand production to mechanize manufacturing. So the Industrial Revolution was a period of technological advancement that fundamentally changed the economy from agraria. Kung dati, kung mano-mano ang paggawa, dahil sa Industrial Revolution, no, nagkaroon tayo ng technology para mas mapadali yung pagbuo ng mga produkto at also yung pagsasaka natin na ginagamitan na ng technology.